dumb. What's up, y'all? If y'all see what if y'all see the title of the video, then you know what's going on. To be honest, where do I start, bro? I mean, gotta start. You have to start from the quarterback position, honestly. I had expectations of Cam, and I didn't know how high. I honestly didn't know how high I wanted to put my expectations until after the Seattle game. Like, when we first played against Miami, he threw for a little over 100 yards, but he scored 2 touchdowns on the ground. I'm like, it looked good for the first game. After that Seattle game, people was ready to put him in the MVP conversation. And I'm like, me personally, I didn't want to put him that high. But after that performance, I'm like, okay, we have a chance at the playoffs this year. We definitely have a chance. And the way I saw, Julian Edelman go, I said, oh, shit, we got the old Julian Edelman back. And then, whenever he missed the Chiefs game because he had COVID, and after that, god damn, it got super bad. It was absolutely terrible from there. And I honestly don't know who to blame. Like, it's honestly a 50-50 split with me between Cam and the weapons he had to throw to. Like, Julian Edelman missed damn near the entire year. James White, nowhere to be found. I mean, the only viable option that we had on offense was Jacoby Myers and Rex Burkhead. In terms of passing, N'Keal Harry was hurt. We didn't get to use Dante Moncrief like we should have. Marcus Lee, I think, opted out. So our offense was just at a standstill all year long. Like, and it looked really bad most of the year. Because really, if you really think about it, Cam Newton threw for over 200 yards 4 times. He also threw for less than 100 yards 4 times. 8 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Ain't a starting quarterback in this league. And I can say that about anybody else that's, but Cam Newton, I don't know, like, it's hard for me to say because he did so good when it came to running the football. He was second on the team in rushing. He had 12 rushing touchdowns. Like, I don't know how there was nobody else on the roster that could replace him doing that at the quarterback position. Stidham can't do what Cam. He can't do what Cam do when it comes to running the football. So I think that was the reason why we stuck with him for as long as we did. Because in terms of his throwing ability, my God, it looked god awful a lot of the times. It looked god awful. Like, I turned off the game halfway through the third quarter when we played against the 49ers. I cut it off. I cut it off at the beginning of the fourth quarter when we played against the Rams. Like, I just cut it off. And even when we played against the Chargers, Cam threw for less than 100 yards. I think he probably threw for less than 70 yards in that game. He didn't do nothing. He did absolutely nothing in that game too. It was just our special teams was just so dominant. Like, our defense was just so dominant. Like, Cam really didn't have to do anything. But it was like that for him all year when it came to passing the ball. Like, we should have lost to Arizona. I think if Kyle Murray wasn't hurt, I think Arizona could have easily won that game. But I think Kyle Murray was really fighting through a shoulder injury, so he really couldn't really throw the ball. He didn't want to run the ball like he's accustomed to. So, we beat Arizona, and after a while, I honestly didn't know how to feel about having Cam Newton on the team anymore. Like, especially after this year. Like, I think if we're gonna start from anywhere when it comes to free agents and draft, we have to draft a quarterback. Like, we have the number 15 pick in the draft. We need to sign a quarterback ASAP that's going to start. And when it comes to the defense, like, the defense was alright, honestly. It wasn't better than last year because, remember, Patrick Chung and Dante Hightower opted out as well. So, I like what Adrian Phillips did with Patrick Chung not being there. Like, he led the team in tackles. He was a force on the defense. Like, I was proud of his production. But Dante Hightower was missed this season. He was missed tremendously because our front seven is terrible. Like, we were god awful. Like, it's amazing how we were probably top 5, probably top 10 in passing defense. That was because, but we were like probably 25th, 26th in rushing defense. That's because they didn't really need to throw on us because our front seven was so bad. And even when we went up against quarterbacks who had high passing numbers, a lot of the times it came from the rush just not being there. Like, especially after the Texans game, I got real upset because there was a lot of times where we were in the backfield and he just didn't get down. Like, they couldn't tackle Deshaun Watson, so he got loose. And a lot of the times when a quarterback has at least 3 seconds to throw the ball, the defensive backs are going to get exposed. I don't know that because I played defensive back in college. I actually played for Livingstone College in Salisbury, North Carolina. So, if you're going to blitz a linebacker, you're going to leave something open. Like, something is going to be open. And that pass rush and that blitz, you guys have to hope that blitz get there before the quarterback can find somebody that's open. Because somebody's going to be open. And I honestly don't know who's going to be a free agent. Like, I know Lawrence Guy is going to be a free agent. J.C. Jackson is going to be a free agent. I think Jonathan Jones is going to be a free agent too. Me personally, we have to keep. And Jason McCourty. I think Jason McCourty is going to be a free agent too. But everybody in that secondary has to come back. I would not be mad if everybody in that secondary that we have, they all come back. But I honestly believe that we may not get Stephon Gilmore back. I honestly believe that. I think we don't have. We're probably not going to have the money to keep him. But I hope we can find a way to keep him. And the only good thing I can say about this offseason is that, from what I've read, we're going to have the 4th highest cap room in the league. And Bill Belichick ain't been the best when it came to drafting. I'm going to be honest. Bill Belichick is a great coach. He's definitely a great defensive coach. But when it comes to drafting, he's definitely on bottom tier. He's definitely bottom tier when it comes to drafting. So we have a high draft pick this year, and I hope and pray that if you're gonna, if by chance, by an awful chance, if you decide to keep Cam Newton, you have to draft a receiver. Like, we need weapons. That was the downfall of our team, was our offense. Like, I'm surprised we won 7 games just running the offense that we ran. The Kobe Myers was okay. He did good this year, but he only had 2 100-yard games twice. Well, I don't know why I said it like that. He only had 2 100-yard games. He was our leading receiver, and he had less than 800 yards receiving this year. He didn't even have a receiving touchdown. And I hope N'Keal Harry gets healthy and gets better, because, to be honest, I'm honestly more high on N'Keal Harry than everybody else. I think N'Keal Harry is pretty good, honestly. I honestly think if he stays healthy, I think we'll be okay. Hopefully Marcus Lee can come back from opting out. Hopefully he comes back. I hope we use Dante Moncrief more. But Damiere Byrd, we can let him go. I think he's gonna be a free agent this year. Let him go. James White is gonna be a free agent this year, man. I don't know. Like, we have so many running backs. I think we have 4 active running backs on the roster, and we use every single one of them. Sony Michel, James White, Reg Burkhead, and J.J. Taylor. And we use every single one of them. Like, every single one of them had at least one impact game. So, I'll get to my playoff predictions in another video. But, to my Patriot fans, man, like, this was a bad year for us. But hey, it don't erase the 20 years that we had when it came to success. Every team is gonna have years where they're just on top of the world. Look, let the Bills have their year. Let the Bills have it, man. Bills ain't had a year like this in God knows how long. Probably since Jim Kelly and them. So, hey, the Bills look real good this year. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Stephon Gilmore was the best thing to ever happen to Josh Allen. He was the best thing, because I think he was okay last year. But Stephon Gilmore, if we're going to talk about MVPs, I know everybody want to give it to Josh Allen, but without Stephon Gilmore, I don't think that Bills offense is as good as they are without him. I think Stephon Gilmore is the real MVP of that team. That's just me, though. That's just me. But, but hopefully the Patriots can turn this thing around pretty soon. To be me personally, I honestly don't think that the year is going to get any better next year. Like, we have too many holes for us to, we have too many holes to fill for it to be a 1-year fix. We have way too many holes. Like the only good thing I can say about our team is the secondary. Like, we need linebackers. We need guys who can create pressure. Like, we don't have nobody. We have nobody on the team that can do that outside of Dante Hightower. So, and we need another one of him. But we need a whole new offense. We need everybody different. So hopefully, hopefully next year we'll start to see some progression, and then hopefully the next 2 or 3 years we'll be back in the playoff hunt doing whatever. So we'll see what happens, man. So we'll see what happens.